Hello everyone, it's me Uncle John. Today I am going to read S6 6002 Absolutely Lucy. Shy guy. Bobby King did not have any friends. He was shy. He had been shy as long as he could remember. He was very shy when he was 3 years old. His relatives came to the Queen's house for Thanksgiving that year. Bobby ran into his bedroom and crawled under his bed. "Bobby, come out and say hello," his mother begged. Nobody could make him come out. Bobby was very shy when he was 5 years old. On the first day of kindergarten, Bobby cried. He didn't want his mother to leave. He didn't want to meet the children in his class. But Bobby, his mother said, "Don't you want to make new friends?" Absolutely not. Absolutely was the biggest word Bobby knew. He used it whenever he could. Bobby cried every day for a month. When he stopped crying, it was too late. By then, none of the children wanted to meet him. They called him Cry Bobby. Bobby was very shy in the first grade. He was shy in the second grade too. He kept his head down. He didn't look up, even when the teacher called on him. After school, Bobby did his homework. He spent the rest of his time drawing. He was good at drawing. He drew dinosaurs and fast cars. When second grade was over, Mrs. Quinn wanted Bobby to go to camp. "Absolutely not," Bobby said. "But what will you do all day?" Mrs. Quinn asked. "I'll read, I'll draw," Bobby answered. Mrs. Quinn sighed. "That sounds a little lonely." Bobby didn't think it sounded lonely. He thought it sounded great. He was very happy when his parents said he didn't have to go to camp. One hot day in July, Bobby was sitting at his desk. He was drawing a big dinosaur with lots of spikes on its back. His mother came into the room. "It's such a nice day. Why don't you go out and play?" "I don't want to," Bobby said. He didn't look up from his drawing. His mother tried again. "Have you seen the new children who moved in across the street?" "Yeah, setting up a volleyball net. Shall we go introduce ourselves?" Bobby just shook his head no. "Bobby, if you don't try to be friendly, you'll never have any friends. Doesn't that bother you?" Mrs. Quinn asked. "I don't need friends," Bobby whispered as his mother closed the door behind her. But when he was alone in his room, he put his pencil down and looked out the window. What he said to his mother wasn't really true. He would like to make a friend. He just didn't know how. Chapter 2, The Birthday Present. Bobby's 8th birthday came in the middle of July. His parents invited the relatives over for a party in the backyard. Bobby had 3 cousins, Ryan and Brian, were 12-year-old twins. They didn't pay too much attention to Bobby. His cousin Jenny was only 4. She paid too much attention to Bobby. She followed him wherever he went. Jenny and her mother and father were the first to arrive for the party. Bobby went outside. Jenny was right behind him. She watched him throw a ball against the side of the garage. "Mommy is having a baby," Jenny said. "I know," Bobby answered. "That's why she's getting so fat. She's as fat as a pig, don't you think?" Bobby frowned. "That's not a very nice thing to say, Jenny." Jenny looked surprised. "It isn't? But I love pigs." Bobby didn't know what to say to that. "Bobby, do you like your birthday?" "Absolutely," Bobby answered. "What does that word mean?" Jenny asked. Bobby stopped throwing the ball. Hit the for a minute absolutely means yes, a real big yes. But if you say absolutely not, that means a real big no. Why do you always say it? Bobby shrugged. I like the way it feels on my tongue. Jenny tried to say absolutely. No, Bobby corrected. Absolutely. She tried again. Absolutely. Bobby gave up. Maybe you'll be able to say it next year, Jenny. Bobby started throwing his ball against the garage again. Hey, Bobby, I know what your mommy and daddy are giving you for your birthday. Bobby caught the ball. You do? Jenny nodded. Tell me, what am I getting? Jenny put her hand over her mouth. She tried to keep the surprise inside, but she was so excited. The words burst out anyway. An eagle. An eagle? Bobby was shocked. I'm getting an eagle? Jenny nodded her head hard. I heard Mommy telling Daddy. But an eagle is a bird, Bobby said. A big bird? Jenny nodded again. Mommy said it would be nice for you to have a pet. Bobby plunked himself down on the driveway. A pet? He had a pet once, a turtle. It crawled behind the washing machine. Bobby never saw it again. He didn't do a very good job of taking care of the turtle. How could he take care of an eagle? Bobby had read about eagles in school. The eagle was a symbol of the United States because it was strong and proud. Maybe his parents wanted him to be strong and proud too. Jenny tugged at Bobby's shirt. What's the matter? You don't like eagles? I like them okay. He thought about his small room. But they are so big. It's a baby eagle, Jenny told him. How do you know that? Mommy saw it. She said it was cute and small and soft. That sounded like a baby eagle. But baby eagles grow. Didn't his parents know that? Brian and Ryan arrived with their parents. They let Bobby play a game of three-way catch with them. They were being nice because it was his birthday. Do you know what I'm getting for my birthday? Bobby asked. Brian and Ryan looked at each other. You're not supposed to tell, Ryan said. It's a surprise, Brian said. I don't like surprises. Okay, we're giving you a book, Brian said, about dinosaurs. Ryan added. Have you heard anything about a bird? Bobby asked. You mean like a parakeet? Ryan asked. Not exactly. The twins hadn't heard anything about a bird. The yard was set up with tables for a cookout. Bobby's dad was grilling. Bobby decided to pretend that he didn't know there was an eagle in his future. Mrs. Quinn called everyone to come and eat. Bobby had one hot dog, one hamburger, and lots of chips. He didn't think he had room for cake. Then his father carried out a big scale cake. It had chocolate frosting and the words, Happy Birthday, Bobby. Bobby ate 2 pieces of cake, one with ice cream. Finally, Bobby's father said, It's time to open the presents. Bobby felt his stomach go up and down. Maybe it was all that food. Or maybe it was thought of getting an eagle. Try to practice making a surprise face. A happy surprise face. Are you all right, Bobby? His father asked. You look so strange. No, Dad, I'm okay. Then let's open present, Mr. Quinn said. Bobby got lots of nice present. There was a dinosaur book from Brian and Ryan. His grandparents in Florida sent a check. Jenny's family gave him a paint set. Bobby's mother smiled. Now it's time for your special present, she said. His father said, close your eyes. Bobby was glad to close his eyes. It would be easier to look surprised when he opened them. Okay, Bobby, his father called. You can look. Bobby opened his eyes. He didn't have to pretend to be surprised. In his father's arm was a puppy, the cutest, squirmiest little dog Bobby had ever seen. Bobby reached down for the puppy. It's a beagle, his father finished. For him, a 5-month-old beagle puppy. Bobby took the puppy. He whispered in the dog's ear, "You're not an eagle, you're a beagle." He turned the puppy around and looked in the eyes. Absolutely the prettiest beagle in the whole world. Chapter 3, Lucy. "When are you going to name your dog?" Bobby's mother asked. Maybe Bobby was just sitting at the kitchen table. The puppy bit at his shoe. "I have to find just the right name," he told her. "But it's been 3 days," his mother said. "We can't start training the puppy until we name her. What about Snoopy?" Bigger in the Peanuts cartoon is named Snoopy." Bobby shook his head. "There was already one duck named Snoopy. Why have another one?" Bobby wanted a name that was special. "How about Rover?" his mother asked. "And she studied lunch." "Oh, King?" "She's a girl, Mom," Bobby said. "Right. What about Queenie?" "Oh, Princess," Mrs. Quinn suggested. Bobby shook his head. Bobby's father came into the kitchen. "I have a name." Bobby looked up. "Trey, it's another word for 3. Mr. Quinn told Bobby the puppy had 3 colors. She's mostly white, but she has streaks of brown and bits of black. "Trey," Bobby said, looked into the puppy's eye. "They were the color of dark chocolate." "Hi, Trey," he called. The little beagle gave Bobby a funny look. "No," said, "that's not it." His father sighed. "Well, try to come up with something pretty soon." Bobby picked up his puppy and a library book about beagles. He went outside. The backyard had a fence around it, so the dog could not run away. He put his puppy down and looked through the book. Bobby had read this book 3 times since he checked it out of the library. He had learned a lot about beagles. He learned they were dogs that liked to run and chase. They could be wild. They're also dogs that like to chew. This puppy had already chewed up the wrappings from Bobby's present. Bobby closed the book. He watched the dog as she ran around the yard. She was not a shy dog. She loved running up to people. She thought everyone was a friend. His puppy reminded him of his favorite babysitter, Lucy. Bobby was very sad when she moved away. Lucy was always happy to see him. She had lots of friends. Sometimes she took Bobby to the park. They would see other children there. He would try to hide behind her, but Lucy would just whisper in his ear, "You're a great kid."